Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. What's good, Gemini? So, the question of the night: what are your likes and dislikes about the new Kristina on General Hospital? I'm gonna be honest, I've been kind of checked out on this version. I know that they talk about the age difference doesn't really look that bad. And it's not even just that. I just also feel like for the most part, Lexi has always been Christina. In this version, while she's not bad, I know she's trying her best. You can clearly act. You can sit there and see that she's acting this other chick out the park. Me personally, she's not working. But I want to know what everyone else is thinking in the chat. Let me know in the comment section below or in the chat. What's good, Gemini? What's good? What's good, Solomon? What's good, Jarros? Oh, we got a new person in the chat. What's good, Anthony? Let's everyone say what's up to Anthony. My guy Kyrese is in the chat. What's good, Kyrese? Darby's in the chat. What's good, Darby? How is everyone doing today? Another day for me surviving, aka Hell Day. Oh me, oh my. How's everyone? How's everyone's Tuesday so far? And we got another person up in the chat. Oh my goodness. Marcus or Marcus? What's good? And Janetta, how you doing tonight? Jackie P is in the chat. Let's everyone give some warm welcomes to the person's name that I just butchered probably. I'm sorry about that. Anthony. And is that Marcus? Joshua's in the chat. Was good, Joshua? And I said what's up to you, Jackie P. Just want to make sure. Hope everyone is having a great day so far. I want to. Did I pulled out? I pulled out. I did not pull out. Javo says, Abby, your birthday is in. Yep, that's right. It is in August. That is good, my friend. I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear that, Joshua. Almost forgot to actually pull up. Actually, almost forgot to upload the B&B review I did. Someone says maybe it's just me, but B&B was actually better than Y&R today. Curry says, very rare for me to do 3 videos in one day. The show I enjoyed the most, I ranked today. Days of Our Lives, B&B, and G. Then Y&R, I watched all 4. Another rare occurrence. Yeah, now listen, it's hard to sit there and watch 4. Okay? It is actually definitely hard to sit there and watch all 4. LaShanta's here. What's good, LaShanta? Last day's in the chat. How you doing tonight, last day? No, Solomon 83. Yeah, no, 83 Solomon. And thank you, Gemini. Yes, hit the like button. As you're coming in, hit the like button. We have 2 new people in the chat because people hit the like button. People hit the like button. I saw my algorithm thing. People actually shared the videos. So pick a video, share it. It is getting out there. Okay. It is definitely getting out there. So if you're sharing the videos, keep sharing them because they really do actually help. Gloria's in the chat. Was good, Gloria? LaShanta says it's a wrap. What's a wrap for what? I can't believe the look Drew. Oh, took Drew to the hole. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was laughing my ass off when Cyrus was in the hell. He was like, I don't belong here. I'm like, yeah, bro, you like you really do. You really do belong here. And what's good, Gloria? Yeah, threw his ass right in the damn hole. Harry says Finn belongs in the doghouse for 6 months. I would only allow him supervised visits, even with baby Hayes. I won't play. Yeah, I had some thoughts in my head about that. I was like, I was like, in my head, I was like, so if it was Hayes, you would have kept an eye on Hayes, right? But Kelly, since she's not actually your blood, you just kind of like, it's fine, it'll work itself out. Lashanta says Steffi told Finn. Oh, all right. Last day says I'm good. I've only wild stays in GH, and today was at the beach. How's wine on B&B? B&B was good. Wine was okay. Um, wine was okay. I don't understand how. Why is Phyllis asking Adam for help when digging up dirt on Tucker? Bro, you're a hacker. You're a hacker. Did anyone actually even sit there and think about that for a minute? Whoever, anyone who watched B&B, um, the fact that Phyllis, who is a hacker, is asking Adam to get dirt on Tucker. Did you do a deep dive of the company? You're a hacker. Like, what? Now, Lashanta says Ava told Carly mind her business, but she's all up in hers. You mean Ava's all up in Carly's business? Harry says, I've seen him do that with Hayes too. Remember, he conveniently had to take that phone call for a long time. Yep. Very, very true. Is the amazing, gorgeous Queen Janet in the chat? Let's everyone say what's up to Janet. How you doing, my lady? Hope you had a great day. Blackmon's in the chat. What's good, Blackmon? Gemini says, Phyllis really know what the F out of me. You blank on Adam so many times and turn around and ask him for help. Into even Saint Nick is willing to help you. Yeah, I just don't understand why she asked him for help and she's a hacker. Like Janice says fabulous, glad today is over, yes. Someone says Michelle Stepher acting for today and yesterday has been pathetic. Has been pathetic, damn. And Mr. Bear, it's actually good to see you back in the chat again. A hacker should be able to find anything, however. Yeah, exactly. I thought your shit was a hacker. What happened to that? Did they forget that she was a hacker? Did they forget that they wrote her as a hacker? Adam, I need your help on finding dirt. Bro, you're a hacker. Guy says that stick ain't worth for daughters. Oh, the good old joystick. Good old joystick. Glad to hear that, Black Man. Janice says, what will happen with Sheila and Finn? They're going to get closer. She's going to get her clutches, as you say, on Finn. He already turns into a damn zombie every time he hugs her. Lashanta said Deacon giving Sheila hope. Deacon saves Steffi and Finn's life too. Yeah, that's true. And Kyrie says Finn needs parenting classes. Yeah, he needs something. I mean, this dude literally was like, "Oh, I walked up." Yo, here's the thing. He knew he was okay. He knew he was effed up. He knew he was in trouble when he told what happened last. He told this whole story. I was like, why don't you just get to the part where her daughter almost drowned? How about we start there? What wound up happening was somebody called me. I couldn't hear, so I put on my headphones and I had to sit there and walk away because of the wind. And I'm just like, Mr. Bear said Kelly couldn't wait to tell. But the thing is, he knew he screwed up. When you, as a man, when you start telling a story from beginning up into the point where you messed up, you know you messed up. Gemini says Adam offered her something that would help her, and she said no with an attitude. I hope Adam tells her to kick rocks. Lasanta says Phyllis and Adam work together all the time. Darby says maybe Phyllis felt she was out of her league with Tucker. It's almost like digging up dirt on Victor. It's almost impossible to do, and she felt she needed help. I get that, but I'm not gonna lie. It just seemed like it seemed like it's more plot than anything else. That's the thing. I feel like it's more plot than anything else. Yeah, that's a nice little explanation for it, but let's be honest. It's no. It's that's just crap. I'm not gonna lie. It's crap writing. Tracy's in the chat. Was good, Tracy. Flame was in the chat, and Mr. Bear said it's called softening the blow. Yes. Very true, Mr. Bear. Blackmon said Brady messed up with Kristen. Now she got full custody of Rachel. Yeah. Gemini says Liam is loving every minute of Finn messing up. Now he can badmouth Finn and try to get into separate Finn. Let's be very clear though. Let's be very clear. As much as people don't like Liam, he has every. And I'm gonna sit there and say again, Liam has every right to be upset with Finn. Okay, I'm gonna say this again. I know people don't like Liam, but Liam has every right to be upset with Finn. Tracy says, "Hey, Taco Tuesdays. Yeah, there's another Tuesday that I usually like to sit there and celebrate. It ain't Taco Tuesdays. Um, Ronnie Ron is in the chat. Let's get Ron. Flame One says Sheila deserves a medal. Yeah. W said they're trying to ship them. Let them be just friends. You mean Phyllis and Adam? Who we trying to ship? Who we trying to ship? Yeah, what's good, Ron? Yeah, it's just like, come on, we can't. Like, I get like the plausible sort of things, but it. Let's just call it what it is. Dolly's in the chat. What's good, Dolly? So she says, "LOL." I know I like them. So you know the score. You know the score. You know the score, Tracy. Carrie said, "Yeah, I like that woman Tuesday's activities." Yes, exactly. You know. Jonathan's in the chat. Was good, Jonathan. Solomon says, "I've been only in the soap world with a man who clearly takes responsibility and watching his stepchild turn his back to talk to someone on the phone for nearly a damn hour." Barbie says, "Adam and Phyllis." Oh, okay. Yeah, Tracy. Tracy knows the score, and Kyrie's does as well. Jonathan's in the chat. Was good, Jonathan. Laura B's in the chat. Was good, Laura B. As you're coming in, hit the like button. It really does actually help. You're not, I was going to sit there and say if you're not a member, but I think almost everyone in the chat is a member. Someone says, "I hope Phyllis and Adam don't start messing around." Just because you said that, you know it's going to wind up happening, right? Mr. Bear says the writers had to do that because they were making Finn too perfect. I can see that. Yes, Laura B's in the chat. Danny's in the chat. Was good, Danny? I tried to say, you see how Ava told you saw how Carly told Ava she's going to tell Sonny. Oh yeah, she was very quick to do that. Jarvo says, "Thanks you for a member. That means a lot." What's good, Danny? Thomas says, "Albert celebrate Thirsty Tristy Tuesday." Well, yeah, you know damn well what I'm talking about. Let's be real. Tracy says only because you told me, but where I'm from, which is called Taco. Oh no, I know. Trust me, my guy James always talks about Taco Tuesdays. You know, every time Tuesday comes around, he's like, "Oh, it's Taco Tuesdays." In my head, it's like, yeah, there's another Tuesdays that I celebrate. Lashanta says it's Betty at Windermere. No, that's a damn cool. Well, I don't see why she would be at Windermere for. Avery's at Carly's place. Carrie says how no. Darby says they would only bring each. Billy says using Sheila to break up Stephanie and Finn is just a redo of what they used Quinn to break up Wyatt and Stephanie. Hmm. Ah. Obviously, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that either. Ron says so glad that Kristen told Brady that he tried to replace Chloe as Rachel's mom. Yeah, I mean, he definitely messed up today. You know what actually pissed me off more, though? You know what actually pissed me off even more? It wasn't even that. Why is it? Okay. Why it pissed me off even more was when a judge was there saying that normally in these cases they will give the mother full custody, especially if it's a girl. And I'm like, well, that's sexist. We're in 2023, and you're basically just saying, well, normally, of course, they usually award the parental rights or whatever to the mother. And I'm just like, why? Why? Last time I checked, that child did actually shoot out my joystick. So like, why? Like that actually pissed me off more than anything else. Um, Besides, I don't like how they're writing Chrissy all hyper and everyone else's bit. You saw how she just invited herself to their conversation, like, hey, let's just pull up a chair and let's just all hang out. I'm like, um, even Sonny just kind of sat there and just like, yo, I get it, you might get my girl and everything like that, but we kind of in the middle of something. What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, exactly. And I'm not gonna lie, it pisses me off. It really pisses me off. And like you have a very old rule that was made for whatever reasons. I don't know, maybe back in the 1950s, men, a lot of men used to sit there and be terrible. But we're not in those times anymore. Harry says between Phyllis and Sally, Allie would be better off with his. Damn. Why is it? Dolly says it's true and super sexist. It's tough for a man to get primary custody. The mom has to practically a James Bond villain for that. Yeah, that's insane. That is literally insane. It pisses me off. Like there's no tomorrow. Evil Fang said, "Was good, Albert. There's nothing I can take from this episode, but they need to start writing for other characters and stop letting Carly overshadow the rest of them when others to shine for once." Well, I feel like there's a lot I can dissect in that. But yeah, no, don't. That just straight up pisses me off. Like you have to just be insane. You have to. Hmm. I mean, granted, Brady. I understand why he lost custody. Okay, that much is very clear. Becky D's in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to Becky D. Lashanta said Chrissy was laid back and minding her business. No, no, she wasn't. She was literally in everyone else's business. Um, Carrie says that's why when I have my 3 to 5 children, I make sure I keep 10 steps ahead. So Lisa, I've seen it happen to men in my family, and you basically have to have a woman speak on your behalf. In real life, he probably would have had to have Marlena sitting there. Yeah, that is insane. That is. Listen, I love America. I love the USA, but there are certain things about this country and its laws that it is just beyond not just baffling, but just straight up frustrating. Like there's no tomorrow, and that sucks, darling. Ron says, I'm disappointed that everyone had to remind Abe that they were there for him, but can't believe Pauline was telling Theo to go back to South. Because, I mean, in all reality, Ron, what was Theo going to do? Seriously, what was Theo actually gonna do? He really couldn't do much of anything. So it made sense. The dude actually has a business. He has a life and stuff like that he has to go back to. There's nothing he can do being there. Kerry says, I have so much leverage waiting to use against my baby mamas. But the sad part there is Kyrie's, yes, I get it, that's a joke and stuff like that. But within the joke there's a hint of truth. Okay? The fact of the matter is, depending on the situation, you may actually have to do that. You can be the better fit parent, but you have to do that. There's a good point that you may actually have to do that, and that is just mind blowing. Like said, they really hate each other. Adam actually killed her daughter Dahlia. She ran him down with her car and tried to blow. Oh, also, I commented on that shirt. Watch Kyrie's video. Well, watch all three of them, but Kyrie's had the Trina shirt, the mind your damn business shirt. Yo, I love it. Lasanta said deeply Trish was talking about herself. Who's Trish? Yes. Let me go to that video. Yes, Becky D. I was like, yo. I was like, yo, that shit. I was like, yo, that shit is dope. F that. That shirt is dope. Why do you literally like switch shirts? Okay. There we go. Trina, mine. Tracker said, yeah, it has Trina Esmond and Baby A's picture in it. Yo, listen, but that's the thing, Kyrie's. I can get behind that level of pettiness, though. I can get behind that level of pettiness. What's good, Makai? Thank you for joining. Sancho said, Dumb Billy, I was listening to Ashley and she telling the truth. Oh yeah, because Diane is totally evil and she's gonna be bad for the company and she's gonna be bad for Jack and she's gonna take down Jack because Diane has been doing nothing but terrible, god awful things, right? Is this where we are? We still on that energy? Law B says I have to say I'm relieved that Kristen is focusing on her shelter and nothing else. Um Valerie's in the chat. What's good, Valerie? How you doing tonight? Uh, Jess is in the chat. The goddess is in the chat. What's good? Um, Monique is in the chat. How you doing tonight, Monique? Dory says I love the off camera. Yeah, I just part of me wants her to come back. Part of me wants Sammy to come back. Why is it? Okay, this is so. Carrie says, imagine if the actress playing Trina sees that. Sure, I would. I wonder if she would want one. Ron says Phoenix says that he feels sorry for Deacon when they find out about him and Sheila getting involved, especially Brooke and Hope and even Fenn. Well, Fenn almost had a child drown on his watch, so he is in a position to judge no one. Fenn is not in a position to sit there and judge no one for a very long time, if ever. Um, Hope isn't really that much either, and neither is Brooke. So yeah. Darby said, all you nice people entering the chat, hit the like button. Yes, thank you. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. It really does actually help. Seriously. We got two other people that stopped through. So yes, thank you, my friend. Thank you, Darby. Simon says I want to have DC coming up in here tonight. Monique says at work chatting with you lovely people. Well, it's good to actually have you in the chat while you're working. Lashanta says Summer saw ain't no hope, so she's letting go. I think she likes Chance. Ron says Iris so when Sammy finds out that Eric is really Nicole's baby daddy, how will she react? Um, like the messy vixen that she is. That's exactly how she's gonna react. Someone said does Deacon still want to blank that psychopath? Yeah. Well, why not? The fact that she's a psycho might mean even better blank. Might be even more wilder. Saying. Flame one says chance to try Audra. I don't know why not. Just said to whoever said that they wish Carly wasn't so front and center. Well, that is how we end up with blank episodes like today and yesterday. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, apparently that person said that other people don't get a chance to shine unlike Carly. So they should push Carly aside to let other people shine. I don't really understand how that works, but okay. Darby says always starting something like just like a always starting something just like a millennial Jess. Valerie says good. Lashanta says Sammy hated Nicole. I bet she wouldn't like Sloan too much too much like her. Hmm. Danny says Albert have not been watching so say lately. So shows lately. What you been up to, Danny? And also, I still can't find your channel. So you have to let me know. Just that all those other three people are interested. We see Molly for like 3 episodes. Now I'm boring as F. Well yeah, she's busy playing with her stuffed animal. Like a normal grown ass adult. Dolly says I could see Sammy finding out and only revealing Eric is the dad to blow up EJ and Nicole's wedding. Lashanta says Carly, that girl, she can't help it. Harry says I heard Audra's gonna be sleeping with Nate soon. Audra's gonna be tied with Brooke not too long from now. Miss Polka Dots in the chat. How are you doing, Polka? How you doing, Miss Polka Dots? How's life? How's the tour? How is everything going in your world? Seriously, let's say what's up to Polka Dots. Last day says Molly busy with her horse. Yeah, with her stuffed horse. Ron says about how many kids do Cardi B and I have no idea. I have no idea. W says how many kids do you think Eric will have? I say three. Two. Lashanta says, Albert, did you see how TJ? Oh yeah, yeah. My whole thing was like he was like that, and then I was just like, wait. So Molly, you're okay with TJ just sitting there thinking about your sister being just like glad to hear that. Jazz. Shakira's in the chat was good. Shakira said Brady lost custody of Rachel. Yeah, and that was his own doing. Um, Monique said the Shield situation is the perfect way for Liam to worm his way back into Stephanie's life. It's like he's been looking for something to make himself relevant in Stephanie's life again. Okay, that said, what's the better show right now? Days or GH? Honestly, I'm still gonna sit there and say Days of Our Lives. I'm still gonna sit as much as I love GH, I'm still gonna sit there and say Days of Our Lives. Like straight up. Um I really had to think about that for like a good couple of seconds too. That's the sad part. Solomon says if Liam comes at the Finn too often, Sheila might come at him. I think Sheila can take Liam in the fight. Solomon says, "Hello, Albert. Are you talking about Sheila mental illness might make her?" No, I'm not talking about her mental. I'm talking about the fact that she is just nuts. She's crazy. Okay, and just saying, things can get wild. Becky D, Polka Dot says, "Days it is." Then yeah, no, that's the truth. That's the truth. I can't. As much as I love GH, I've been watching it forever. Gotta be honest. Ariana's in the chat. Was good, Ariana? I'm glad you make it. I'm glad you made it through Hell Day. Ron says, "Days of Our Lives, as usual, the best show out of the four of them." Danny says, "Albert have not been watching shows lately because some same storylines and seems like watching Liam show B&B. Not a big fan of Liam and Steffi's storyline." Okay, I understand. Don't forget to send me that email though, because I have to sit there and try to find your channel. I can't find your channel. Exactly, Ariana. Exactly. That's exactly what Smith is saying. Uh, Dolly says Liam is a little worse because Sheila Kelly could have probably taken Liam in a fight. Why is this? God, this is so annoying. Oh, it's good. Okay. Almost I don't know even if Finn can take Liam in a fight. Monique says can't stay long, getting busy. Okay. Well, I hope I get to sit there and see you at some point again. Just said Jace was boring today, especially that scene with Cyrus and Laura and how it was so cartoonish. It was funny. Here's the thing. It was funny in the beginning, and I guess the reason why I actually liked it, um, for me personally, I always find it very interesting and very funny when people sit there and say that they found religion. So it's like, all right, I found religion, so I'm not going to go to hell, even though I like did a bunch of terrible, god awful things. But because I found Jesus, now I'm going to be fine. That's the part that I found very funny. Makai says, "I can't wait for the scene between Liam and Finn." Yeah, but my whole thing is like, I'm gonna. Here's the thing. I'm going to side with Liam on that one. W says, "I'm personally glad Kristina finally has custody of Rachel." Oh, Rachel from Brady. Brady is too unstable to keep her, and even Marlena knows it, but unwilling to say anything about it. Well, to be fair, they're both kind of unstable, if we're gonna be honest. Carrie says, "Finn will beat Liam. Liam can fight for blank." Mel's in the chat. Queen of Horror. Um, Makai, I may actually get it tomorrow. I might get it tomorrow. I was thinking about getting it today. I may get it tomorrow though. Why is this? Just to think that's what the Bible says. Repenting after. Yeah, I mean, it's like I get that, but it's one of those things where it's like, oh man, I didn't like took out a bunch of people, but I could just repent and then I'll be fine, right? Like I'm like even when he was like, I don't belong here, I was like, broski. You sure you want to sit there and say that? Ron says, "I agree with you that Finn can't say anything, but if he walks in on Deacon and Sheila sticking together, as you normally do, ma'am." Um, I could have watched it today, but I was like, no, maybe I'll watch it tomorrow in case I have time to review it. Darby says, but Kristen isn't pulling a gun on Brady. I mean, this time I'm just saying, Darby. Like they're both. Let's be honest. You know that Krista can be unstable. On top of that, she's a bad influence. That's the thing. As much as I like Kristen, she is a bad influence on Rachel. Let's just be real. Visanta says Cyrus needs to sue. Look how long it took for help. And my whole thing is like, Cyrus they're getting pushed around by Book. I was like, bro, what happened? You were a kingpin. Literally. You were well hell, you were actually like kingpin. Ariana says whenever soap operas try to cover religion, it's always all over the place. Pick a lane and drive in it. Darby says so is Brady Albert. No, I'm not exactly. I'm not saying that he's not. I said that both of them can be unstable. That's what it comes down to. Both of them can sit there and be unstable. Becky says, "What did Kristen do to make Brady pull a gun? Her shooting anyhow." I mean, the thing is, Rachel did come to Kristen's mansion, but Kristen didn't say anything, and he just got tired of the games. Simon says, "I heard they're killing John Aniston character off in a plane crash on days." The guy says, "I don't even remember seeing Adam Place. He must have just moved in that new apartment." Is that an apartment or is that apartment? Is that a, what you call it? A hotel? Because all these soap operas, they all these soap opera characters pretty much kind of live in hotels. Darby says people get old, Albert. No one is king forever, Albert. Even Cyrus. I know, but it's one of those things where it's like the dude was a kingpin, and now he's not getting pushed around like some frail old man. I'm not with it. I'm just not with it. And I can understand your point, but again, Shakira says, well, that's because of her mom. Her mom is a bad influence. Exactly what they're saying. Ron says, and Steffi should just throw Finn out of her house immediately. And Jay Blue's in the chat. Was good, Jay Blue? And he says, Albert stopped making soap shows and got 31 subscribers and got another 100,000 views. Okay, that's what's up. Harry says, I bet you Rachel won't be crying that Lily old place. That's Lily old place that Adam. Oh, okay. Harry said, this is prison. Exactly, but that's the thing. This is prison. And you know what you call wound up doing when we first saw Cyrus? He literally tried to take out Sonny while he was in prison. So why are you gonna miss Jerry, Ron? Why are you gonna miss Jerry for? Flame One said, Albert, what did you think of it? Was good. It was good. There were some very touching parts. Um, that I didn't think that was actually gonna be touching for any superhero movie. It was go all around. I loved it. Love, love, love. Makai says Lily and Dan. Yeah, I once they started like naked, like painting each other, I was like, yeah, I'm done. It was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I don't care at this point. That's pretty much why I tuned out. Lashanta said, I think Cyrus lost his power. No, I agree. I agree. And I'm not saying Darby's wrong. I'm just not just saying it's just one of those things where it's like, man, you were so powerful and so much of a badass. And it's like, now you're just some frail old man in prison that's getting tossed around by Buck. What the hell? Lobby says, I didn't see Guardians of the Galaxy yet, but I want to. You should. Just understand that there's going to be some parts that may get emotional. I'll say that much. Lily says, I wonder if they will have Rachel interact with Holly now that they're both in the mansion. Be interesting. I don't know. I mean, it'd be interesting if they can actually do it. Jay Blue says, I did laugh and Drew was surprised when the guard was going to take him. Exactly, walking the pin. Very true, very true. Last day says, what happened to Brady's son? Oh, that dude is off screen. They call him Tay Tay or Tater Tots. Prashanta said, I want Book to turn up. Book got took out by Book. Let's all think about that for a minute. Um, yeah, potential. What kind of potential? What potential did you see in that character, Ron? Harry says that's because they were trying to redeem Cyrus is not working for me. Not everyone needs to be redeemed. We need villains. Yes. Yeah, Mel, it's actually nice, to actually. Well, I mean, granted, it's cool because they got to sit there and use another set. So, just said not feeling weak, helpless. Exactly, exactly what I'm supposed to say. I'm not with it. I'm not with it, Josh. Johnson says, anyone surprised Kristen and over full custody of Rachel? I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't out there. I wasn't out there. And I already, before you got in the chat, I was already sitting there talking about how I'm not a fan of the courts will always sit there and side over a mother versus a father. Um, Unless this person is practically a damn James Bond villain, as Dolly said. The guy says James Evans, of course. Dolly said, someone says, I wonder if they're trying to redeem Sheila. Lashanta said, I think Betty's at Windermere. That's why Sunday sent Avery over to Carly's house. Okay. So you really think that she's actually at Windermere, just putting her feet up on the tables and everything like that, and just making a mess and just walking around like she owns the place? Darby says, Harry says Betty's not at Windermere. No Avery, no access to Windermere. No access to Windermere. I don't know. You know how Betty is. Betty will sit there and come through and just be like, this is mine and that's mine, and that's just how it is. Jay Blue says, I really thought Cyrus was faking it to escape, but sigh. I'm not sure where the writers are going with this character. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I thought about that too for a while. There was a part of me that thought the same thing, but I was like, nah, he's dude is really about to sit there and have a stroke. What's good, Big Nate? As you're coming in, hit the like button. You signed in, hit the like button. Carrie says, LOL, I'm not taking. My dude's like, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not taking the bait. Just said, who the hell was Kristina even talking to today, and why? And why do we care about that scene? Flame One said, wouldn't it be cool if Betty was the boss? She's acting like it. You know what? I'm not even gonna sit there and say it because I don't want to sit there and feel like I'm baiting Kyrie's. That judge was really harsh to Brady. Uh, I don't actually think he was actually that. I don't actually think that she was that harsh. She was just being real. Johnson says he thinks Stephanie is starting to lose. Hell, after today, yes, Jonathan. And this is the sad thing is that even if Sheila wasn't involved, she still would lose trust in Finn. Graham's TV's in the chat was good. Graham's. Valerie says we don't care. Just says Betty being the boss. I don't know. Harry says I said I see what you're doing. She wasn't shown today anyway, so no need for me to go off. I know she's gonna get hers. Johnson says Betty is not the boss. I keep saying Faith is the ringleader. But yeah, and okay, and that's something else, just because apparently I'm not going to be able to bait Tyrese tonight. But I mean, let's sit there and talk about what you call it, Christina. How is she going to be able to run this foundation and do Charlie's at the same time? I don't see that. I don't see her doing both of them. Perry says, I'm still eager for Mr. Gray to show up to see what Betty thought of the video. Me as well. Jenna says, shout out to the scout writers. I think they're doing an awesome job. I'm thinking moving the storyline along. Yes, I agree. I agree, Janet. Brown says, Albert, how will Sheila, Riz, Bill, and others feel about, I mean, about Kelly Dryden? Oh, they're going to be pissed. They're going to be pissed. They're going to be pissed at Finn. I can't blame them. Just said we all know Chrissy would end up being the the surrogate. Yeah, exactly. They were like, TJ and Molly was like, no, we're not gonna use Christina, and then you're gonna wind up using Christina. Which again, I was like, wow, TJ, you really have a low opinion of Christina. They was sitting there talking, chilling, and Molly was like, no, she was good. She wasn't bringing up the surrogacy thing, and he just thought the worst. And TJ just thought the worst in Christina. And Molly not at one point to sit there and be like, yo, why are you slamming my sister like that for? Nope. Nope, 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 nope. But of course she was too busy, hugging her damn teddy bear like a 12-year-old child. Flame One says Betty is just crazy. I guess I hope Ava gets paid back for that slap. Let's not damn it. Just say yeah, it seems like he hates Christina out of nowhere. I mean, I get it. It could also just be like built up and stuff like that. But just his thing, the simple fact that he Smith there throwing shade and Molly just like, no, that's not what happened. Like, do you not sit there and see the fact that he is looking at your sister and like he has so much of a low opinion of your sister, and you're just cool with that? Johnson says, I keep thinking the writers are giving Steffi a reason to leave Finn just so they can pull her back with Liam. But she also is going to be on maternity leave as well. Jay Blue says, well, if Christina takes the advice of her family one step at a time, get all her ducks in a row and delegate. I guess it's possible. But here's the thing, she's definitely not going to be able to do both. Ariana says, I still don't care for other new Molly Christina. Yeah, exactly. And that was a question that I did ask, and I'm glad you answered it. Yeah, yeah, Ron, they are going to be shocked. Kerry says my best friend said that she might have to start watching during the hospital since she sees I'll be going off. J. Blue says Molly sent Christina to TJ many times, so he's validating their choice. Hmm. Yeah, that's true. Which again, yeah. Gary says it's funny though, you can technically thank Albert for my return to reviews. If he didn't recommend Betty being permanent, I would have Hey, listen, I just, I had to sit there and speak from the heart. Betty came with such an intro that, I couldn't help it. So hopefully, Nathaniel can sit there and talk to some of these people, try to give her a permanent gig. W said TG does it so easily because Molly has those kind of feelings towards Christina and talks trash about her together privately. Yeah, and you're right. Just said yeah, but he never like hated her. Seems like he dislikes her. Seems like he dislikes her. Ron says, "What do you think of Kayla and T?" Uh, I didn't really care, Ron. I really didn't care to be honest. Um, Johnson says, Do you think that while Steffi is gone, Liam and Finn will have her thrown out?" I wouldn't see. I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past Liam. It was Finn's neglecting or sleeping on the job that Kelly almost drowned from. So yeah, I totally understand that. There's a that was the straw that broke the camel's back that day, and that cause of that epic return video. Why I was going off even more. See what I started? Oh my god. Oh, Bobby said, thanks, Albert. Just said, LOL, Kyrie's, then I can't wait for more scenes with Betty. Just said, Kyrie's, then I can't wait for more scenes with Betty. We'll make sure I read that thoroughly. Now says it feels like this is rinse and wash and repeat on days. With her, Sierra got amnesia and not remembering Ben, and almost marrying Theo. Now Abe has amnesia that doesn't remember anyone. Yeah, but at least it's spaced out further enough. At least it's spaced out further enough where it doesn't feel like they're redoing the same thing. Lashanta says, OMG, if I hear about that damn key. Yes, the keyhole that made him see his destiny, and why the J Boo says, I must say though, Kristen was in her element at the Metro. Oh, Christina was in Metrical. All the grown ups giving each other the looks as she monopolized their conversation. Yeah, she just walked on in, invited herself into a conversation that had nothing to do with her. Because for some odd reason that just made sense. Like, hey, so what's going on, guys? What's up? So, did you find out who the shooter was and who was targeted? I mean, come on now, you guys just didn't give me something. It's like, boo, they were kind of in the middle of a conversation, and even Dante was like, all right, so let them finish their stuff or whatever. Let's go get our table, and Christina just wanted to just be there. Okay. Mel says, I hope this is a hint that Sammy Gray comes back because we're talking on the phone. But, you know, people said the same thing about Allie. And then Allie isn't back. Oh, yeah, you damn right, Valerie. She needs to chill. Stop drinking those damn prime drinks or whatever. She was a little hyper and a little bit extra today. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, bro, you need to just like take it down a little bit. You're doing a little bit too much. Damn, what the hell has actually happened? Lashanta says, I guess when I'm able to read it, everyone looked at Christina funny. Yeah, because she sat down and she had invited herself into a conversation that no one else is to be in. Like, what are you doing, bro? Chill out. So you had Anna and Sunny just have the exact same conversation with Dante. I'm like, okay, we done sat there and listened to y'all talk about who the shooter may be, who the shooter may be. If you're not gonna get any closer, stop having these same damn conversations because they're just annoying. Nobody says, read the room, Christina. Nobody wants you at the grown-ups table at Thanksgiving dinner. Ron says, but Albert, I did enjoy John and Marlene's. Right. Yeah, I didn't. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even find days to be that good today, except for the custody hearing. Everything else was just kind of like whatever. Paulina was just extra like her usual self, which is like, oh, okay. Elliot says the writers are trying my patience. Yeah. Jay Blue said Christina doesn't know how to read the room. Johnson says, I bet Stefano was looking down, or in his case, looking up and saying, haha, you're a fool. Brady, my darling, granddaughter is coming home with him. Yeah, definitely looking up. Definitely looking up. There's no looking down part in any of that. Even when Megan was just saying like, oh, he's looking down upon us and whatever, or wherever he is, I was like, Megan, let's be real. Okay. He's not looking down on anything. Okay. Also I said that see I have been yeah, I don't think that Ron actually read it properly. So just do what I do. Take his comments with a grain of salt at best. Chris says I feel the same way. However, the custody hearing is what made Days the best show today. That was the most insightful moving part of the story move today. B&B was a close second. Yeah, no, B&B was actually good. There we go. Now the party started. Jakaris is in the chat. Was good, Jakaris? How's everything in your world? Flame One said, do you prefer the regular writers or the scat writers? Um, I can't really tell. It's been off and on with both writers and scat writers. There's been episodes that have been really good, and there's been episodes that have been like, what the hell are you doing? So in all reality, it's actually kind of the same. Johnson says, I would say B&B was probably number one today. Hmm. Um, B&B was, I mean, YNL was good up until a point, right? Like, I didn't care about the Daniel and Lily stuff. I really didn't. The Adam stuff was probably the best stuff. Even yesterday, when Adam was sitting there looking at Sharon and Nick and being like, hey, listen, you knew exactly what you're getting into when you decided to do business with me. Like, well, like what did you expect? I mean, I said I knew when Brady lost Kristen. Lost Mr. Kristen. Did he lose custody Rachel? Yep. How have you been doing, my friend? How's everything in your world going? How's this soap Twitter and stuff like that? Like, which one? You know what, Jakaris, which one do you like doing better? Twitter Space or YouTube, like reviews and stuff. Which one do you like doing better between the Twitter Space and YouTube? Curry says when Samuel, oh, where Samuel said he's supposed to be either going off on the judge of Christina or. Very good point. Very good point, my friend. I got that. Jay Blue says Ava is seriously losing her cool. Jakara says I say Twitter Space. Okay, I figured that, to be honest. I figure you actually do like doing Twitter Space more. Johnson says I'm glad Adam finally has a new place of his own. He's not being in a damn Now why is that? If you don't mind me asking, Jakars, why is that? Why do you enjoy Twitter Space more than you do YouTube? Very curious. Ariana says, I may be completely wrong as I'm not as plugged in as you are. However, I feel like whoever is writing now don't know the characters. Hmm. I guess that would make sense. They are the new writers right now. They're scat writers. So yeah, I guess that would make sense. Okay, you're gonna be doing the Days of Our Lives one tonight. Okay. All right, Jakaris. Yeah, if you don't mind me asking, why do you like what you call it, Twitter space more than YouTube? Harry says today would be his perfect opening. That's why I'm calm for once in my life. I don't have a reason to pop off today for once. Well, I was gonna sit there and say whenever he does come in, we could sit there and ask him what he thought. But I like that you caught that, Kyrie's. I like that you caught that. Mel says Bell did have a point that Kristen and Rachel losing someone. Yeah, I mean that's true, but the dude has been, to be fair, Mel, the dude actually has also been unstable. So I totally get that. Let's say GH was good today. My mom came here from the beach and thought Lauren had died. Who's that? Jakar says, "Wow, it just makes me talk more on there and really have me discussing about everything." Do you talk more? Okay, so Jakar, do you talk more on there because you have other people to talk to? Do you talk on there because you're not really on camera and it's just more just like recording, like you're not actually on camera and stuff, like you're just with other people? Because I guess I can get behind that. I understand that. Ryan says, seriously, Bella, you're there trying to help Brady get custody of Rachel. Why don't she get why don't she go get Sean help for drinking? Well, because Sean actually wanted to get help himself. And it's one of those things where it's like you can only help somebody so much, Ron, before they have to hit rock bottom and they have to want to help themselves. Bobby says, oh, Laura, okay, my bad. Bobby says, it's not hard to make the mistake that Laura. Okay. Jagar says, I'll talk more on there like I'm not on camera and talk to other people too. No, and that's exactly what I was going to sit there and say. That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm glad they're actually having fun though, Jakars. Gary says, Albert, did you miss Nina today? I know you get sad when Nina's not around. That's why. I think I'll be able to bear it for tonight, Kyrie. But thank you, though. My guy, Kyrie's always having my back. Lashanta says, Lanika usually do days recaps. Yes, that's true. And she always kills it with that, too. My girl's always killing it. No, Jakars, I'm happy for you. Johnson says, I bet Sammy will lose it when she learns that the baby Nicole Carrot is really Eric and she will likely be the last to know. I wish they would actually put her on the show. I mean, I know she's messy, she can be kind of annoying, but Johnson says I feel bad for Nicole baby because he or she will have Sammy as an aunt. Yeah, and the sad thing is, Jonathan, I don't know if she can actually put that aside to be there for her nephew. Harriet says, I'll be the best man at your wedding to me. Well, I appreciate that, Carrie. I don't have to sit there and feel nervous about asking you that. You just took the pressure right off my damn shoulders. Um, Darby says Brady can't blame Kristen for his behavior. Why don't he get why don't you get a psychiatric help from Marlena? No, get it from somebody else. Get it from somebody else. Because we learned time and time again with Taylor and Thomas, if you don't get help from an outside source, it is not going to work. Yep, that's exactly what somebody else is saying now. But the thing is, you don't know. I don't know if she'd be able to put that aside for her niece and nephew. You know, Have a good night, Jay Blue. Thank you. Yes, and hit the like button. Hit the like button. Um, Share the videos because it's actually have been helping. Like legit, it's actually been working. We've been getting new people in all the time. So if you're sharing the videos, I appreciate it and keep sharing. And also, if you're not a member, hit the join button. We have a lot of fun. Seriously, we do. Ron says Brady knew that Kristen was right, that he was going to try to replace Rachel as. Yeah, I think you said that earlier. God damn it. Albert's number one and his heart. Well, that's good. I appreciate the vote of confidence, Kyrie. Guess you know what, Kyrie? If you want to have another dream about Jax, or Jocelyn or Nina, just saying that's gonna be on you. And Solomon is back, ladies and gentlemen. Mel said, "I don't want Adam to fall for Phyllis manipulation to get secrets for. She shouldn't have to get. She shouldn't actually have to get Adam's help. I'm gonna remind people that this woman is supposed to be a goddamn hacker, and she's asking Adam to dig up dirt. Like, so stupid." Johnson says it will be sad if Nicole. It would be sad for Nicole to tell her child, "Your Aunt Sammy hates you because she hates me." Yeah, it actually would. Like all jokes aside, it actually would be. Because part of me doesn't see Sammy actually dropping that vendetta. Terry says, "If I have another bad dream, you'll be the first to know." Okay, good. You make sure you message me on that one. And I want details. Yeah, hold on. We gotta do it in the Will Smith voice. Well, I can't yell, but W says, "I told you, Kyrie, keep Wendy's name out your mouth. I don't want to have a Will Smith moment." If I wasn't worried about getting this video demonetized, I would actually sit there and say the uncensored version. Mel says, "I did not like the way Abby was being a hypocrite towards Ashley, Jack, and Diane, and she has never room to talk about loyalty when she could be drawn to." That's true. That's true. Yeah, I can get behind that. But here's the thing though. Here's the sad thing is though, man. Abby was right. Hell, even Ashley knew that Abby was right. Ashley knew that Abby was right. That's the truth. Adam, I mean, yeah, even God damn it, even Ashley knew that Abby was right. That's why she stood. That's why she sat there that whole time with that prideful look on her face. And she's always talking about, "Oh well, I don't want to lose." And when Diane loses, I'm like, when Diane loses, oh, you're a grandmother. Like, you don't think at some point you're a little bit too old to be sitting there playing those games? Like, what are you doing? I don't. Hell, even Tucker sitting there starting to get annoyed about that. Like, even Tucker started to get annoyed about that. I'm like, bro, but I'm also just like, bro, you chose to marry that. You're like you chose her and all that nonsense that comes with her. Thomas says, "And why was Abby the one that made the most sense today? I guess she's because a life coach and therapist in between cheating on Chance and Devon, the light skinned teeny weeny machine." Okay, well that's something. I don't know where to go with that one. I mean, the sad thing is that, yeah, I can see her being a hypocrite, but she wasn't wrong. Lashanta said Abby was because she's letting this hate eat her up. She can't see Billy playing her. Tucker will turn in her. She's using that. Well, yeah, obviously. But the thing is, though, because Tucker, and that's the thing, Tucker's smart. Tucker knows that there's a part of, he knows that she is using him in some sort of way. Curry says Wendy looks worse than. Also, Robert, the reason that Sammy does not like Nicole is sleeping with EJ. Once she caught them, went back to attack Nicole. Well, yeah, I mean, I know that there's history with those two, right? I know that there's history with those two. Don't get me wrong, I don't even like Nicole that much, to be honest. Like, there's just times that she just irritates me. But the thing is about these soaps is that I get it. You do have certain characters, certain women that are just going to be messy, and they're messy for a reason, right? Sammy was hugely messy on days. Phyllis is messy on Y&R. I don't know who's messy like that on B&B. Maybe Sally. I'm not too sure. Or oh, what's her sister? What's Paris' sister's name? She seemed like she was messy. She seemed like she was messy. I don't remember her name. But usually these characters have I mean, usually these soaps have like messy characters. That says, I don't think Blank is right for Jack and Diane and dragging Billy in their drama, or Ashley and Tucker. So they're both being childish. How is Jack and Diane being childish? And they didn't drag Billy into this. Billy volunteered to sit there and stage a public fight. So, but please let me know how Jack and Diane is being childish. It's like, oh my God, they decided to get married. Who do they think they are? This is going to mess up the family. She's going to sit there and take down Jabot because, all the horrible things she's been doing since she's got back to town. And no one bothers to sit there and look at these things like case by case. Now, LaShanta said, Brooke, what? Carrie says Ashley is being childish. Yeah. Well, woman that's supposed to be, yeah, is the childish one. That's exactly what I was like. And, Tucker's just going along with it because, well, we know why. Becky D says Abby might have been correct about the situation, but I feel Abby has no place to talking about anyone's relationship. No, that's true. That's true. But the sad thing is, Becky. Yes, I completely agree with that. But with that being said, I feel like if she had to, that's the time to do it because Ashley is out of pocket. Thomas says, "I bet well Tucker signed up to be Ashley's little puppet and blank slave, so his dumb ass got what he wanted." No, listen, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for Tucker. All right. Mel says Ashley needs to focus on Tucker and them getting married. They're worried about getting revenge on. Exactly. I agree with that, Mel. But when you were listening to saying that they were all immature, I was wondering where you're going with that. Curtis says that old taste great. That's why. Hmm. I don't even know what to say about that. W says my theory is that Billy will turn on both Ashley and Jack to save the company. Well, yeah. I mean that's it's not even. I feel like that was the plan. Solomon says Albert Tucker, old insulin taking talking blank is to focus on tearing Ashley tail up that he can. Yeah, yes, that's true. Most men, as a downfall, we tend to sit there and usually think without joysticks and anything else. Spikequake was good. Yo, they better find Trish's younger brother who got kicked out. Okay, you might be talking about something I don't know about. What was good, Spikequake? Just LOL carries what? You know what? You know what? Kobe says that's you know what. Kobe says Albert, you know you'd ditch anyone except Nina. Of course, Ashley was willing to give you one night. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I don't even have an answer for that one. I don't. It's kind of, my God. Parkway says, you know, the 15-year-old boy who got kicked out on GH. No, I didn't hear about that. No, I was said Chief Michael. That's news to me. Like, what happened? So you need to tell me the story because I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't know. Toby says, then if that's true, it explains why Brooke's name is always on your lips. Hmm. Solomon says like Ashley could take her clothes off and scream Kitty from the top of her lungs, and Tucker would be ready to take that. Oh, I mean, yeah, no, I mean, yes, no, I get it. I get it, Solomon. He's thinking with the wrong head, as they always sit there and say. Now, usually, 9 times out of 10, tends to be a lot of men's downfall. Oh, okay. Thank you, Fight Quake. It took me a second. Jesus Christ, when is it gonna? Okay. Oh, Fight Quake. The girl who was talking to Christina had a 15-year-old brother who messed around with a boy, and their parents. Oh, okay. And they never saw him again since that kid was on the streets. No, but that was his name. I think that was the yeah, Jess. I think yeah, that was the name of the kid who got kicked out on the streets. You know that awkward conversation in the bathroom with Christina and the hostess because for some odd reason they felt the need to like accost this woman and be all like, "Oh, I heard that you're running a shelter." So by the way, my brother who was like 15 years old, like kind of an odd story, but okay. Here's a that's the reason you want this. Nina is Ashley would only give you one drug a night, while Nina will give you every night. And Harris, the crazy ones are great and bad. Nina will give it up. Nina will live you up, liven you up. Now Jessica, oh yeah, I remember. And then she says, I forgot because I didn't. I'm not gonna lie. Part of me was just like, Tristan. Who was Tristan? I was like, oh yeah, that's who he was. I don't even remember if I actually even said that. Just that the crazies are great and bad. But no, thank you, Spike Quick, for helping me remember because I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of forget what happened. And Robbie said she was a conversation between Christina and the hostess, Trish. She said, "Oh, okay. No, thank you. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot. So thank you for reminding me." Lasanta said, "I think she is the brother." Bobby said, "I think it was celebrated to keep Christina on her destination for the shelter." I mean, let me sit there and ask y'all a question. Do you honestly think that Christina would be able to run this show? Because I've already had my opinions. Does anyone actually think that Christina will be able to run this show? That's why Quake says, I think it was a really good scene. I think it was a really good scene because that stuff, that's real world stuff. And that's very true. These kids that commit, yes, very, actually, hmm, you're 150% correct, Spider Quake. You are 150% correct. Very good point. Now, thank you, Darby. Yes, hit that like button. It really does actually help. I have no idea where we are in the likes, but hit the like button now. Deliberate, yes. Now, Ariana says, no, just says, I give zero F's about this. Oh, god damn. Oh. Becky says yes if she asks for help when she needs it. Darby says, I want to say yes, but. Yeah, Laura B agrees with you, Spiderquake. Carrie says, Albert going to be smiling every night when Nina gets through with him. He might start sounding like her. Whoa! So you said to say I may start to get some Nina-risms going on. I may start to get some Nina-risms. Is that what we doing? Laura B says, is there anything that Jess cares about? Jess says no before I book. Jess says say no before I book. Johnson says the two reality shows that the CW acquired that air on Tuesday got removed from the schedule after 2 episodes. Is one of them F boys? Is one of them F boys, Jonathan? Because I heard about that. Just said LM, very little things. One says I bet I wanted to talk to Mel. I was talk to me. It was good. Okay. Okay, yeah, no, just yeah, because a lot of you I was wondering about that. It was okay, that's what's up. I gotta watch that at some point. Like Quick says, also I think Christina will be able to help. Okay, so you're for it. Okay. Because you said I was shocked at how many teens are literally homeless here in WA because their parents kicked them out when they came. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually pretty sad. Like it is. Like, just in general it is. LaShanta said Sonny needs to help her, Alexis told him. Yeah, but she didn't sit there and say why though. Debbie says I want to say yes about Chrissy, but if I have to be honest, I'll say no. It wasn't okay, so it wasn't F boys. Okay, Jonathan. I was like I sat there was like and you're right, Jonathan, because they did sit there and say we're gonna give it a season two. Meaning Carrie says no needs room, just Nina Gucci. Last one of the night. Ariana said Ninaism hasn't been endorsed for a minute. Oh, I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back, baby. I'm bringing it back. Josh says one was a Zac Efron reality show and the other one from overseas. You know, Jonathan, you know what's really sad? They're doing exactly what Eric Reload said they were going to do. Cheap reality shows and half-hour comedies that no one wants to watch. Man, I hate the CW right now. Becky D says, I don't understand how parents can throw out their kids. When they're self-centered, I can see that. It's about sometimes, this is one of those things where it's like, just because some people can have kids don't mean that they should. Okay? Just because they can have kids doesn't mean that they should. Because when you start doing stuff like that, it's like, and then I'm not gonna lie, it's a spit in the face for the people who can't have kids. That's the truth. That's the truth for reality. And it's like Ariana says, "Bring it back." I missed him. I missed him. Yes, I got to sit there and bring back the classics. Ninarisms. Johnson says the CW is a sinking ship right now. You know, here's the thing, Jonathan. I'm enjoying watching the sinking ship. Let me tell you something, Jonathan. I can be very petty, right? I am enjoying watching that ship sink because I've been watching Riverdale. Mm-mm. It's like, bro, I get it. The 1950s sucked for everyone that wasn't of a certain color. I'll sit there and say, y'all really gotta sit there and watch 23 episodes of this just to be reminded that the 1950s was not good. It was terrible. Because you said I thought the CW was gone. It pretty much is in every way that counts. God damn it. And of course, Sidequick says even Brock TV said he don't understand how people judge people just because of what they like. Hmm. It's kind of a loaded question. I think I'll just sit there and just summarize it by saying that they're saying that they're a god awful person. They have a very ugliness that's on the inside that they just refuse to get rid of, and they do things like Becky. I mean, Solomon says that was WB and UPN. I was going to sit there and say UPS, but yes, that's true. It really doesn't. It doesn't matter. Unfortunately, it's like that's what it started off. It just ended up being just like awful at best. Someone says, "Who do you think been with more men, Audra or Brooke?" Well, let me ask you a question, Solomon. Why does it matter? I mean, if I'm just going to answer your question, I'm going to sit there and say Brooke. Why does it matter who's been with more men? Why don't we sit there and ask who's been with more men, who's been with more women? I'm not going to lie, and I said this before. I'll sit there and say this again. It's amazing. We have some men that will go out their way, not go out their way. That feel way too comfortable slut shaming women for how many partners that they've been with, but they won't hold men up to the same standards. That's what I find funny. That's what I find funny. Okay, all right. I think I cut. Oh, man, I got poured. Oh well, guess I just poured back in. Carrie says, "Fine. Who's been with more women, Sunny or Rich?" Okay, so Carrie's asked a question, and I'm gonna get to other people's questions in a minute. Carrie's asked. Carrie says, "Fine. Who's been with more women, Sunny or Reg?" Yeah, seriously. Who's been with more women, Sunny or Reg? Johnson says, and it will really be gone if Comcast buys Warner Brothers. Then NBC and software will be the new place to catch live action DC content on linear TV. Hmm. Sad day, my friend. Now, Darby says Sunny, and Johnson says exactly. Let's call out the womenizers. Yes, yes, I'm with it. I am with it for so many damn reasons. Spike Quick says I hope they make a set for Christina Center and show her helping people out. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. Be cool. I think we can actually get some really interesting stories out of stuff like that, and it won't feel so forced or anything like that. Now, Lashanta says, "For Rich, who the f- is messaging me like this?" Oh, never mind. I was gonna sit there and ask. I was gonna sit there and ask who is sitting there messaging me 20 to 60 times, but I think at this point we already know the answer. Oh, God damn it. Someone says, I put women and men up to the same standard, but right now, from the soaps I'm watching, I'm not saying the men go after blank like there's no tomorrow. It's mostly the female characters. Hmm. I don't even know where to dissect that comment, but okay. And it says, Sunny Rich has been with the same two over and over. I swear, sometimes I feel like I feel like I'm a little bit too inviting. And yeah, Jess, I'm glad you peeped that comment. Um, Jess said, I don't think we'll see Christina doing that because she will be Molly and it's a surrogate. Lashanta said Ridge was a playboy. Yeah, exactly. Let's talk about some hembos. How about we talk about some hembos up in here? Autumn. Albert, what happened on B&B today? Miss everything today. I actually want to do a review on it, so you can check out my review. I was actually had enough time to do a review, so check that out. Check that out. Oh, Becky D said a comment that I missed. Excuse me. Okay, now I can't see anything. But you know, Autumn, yeah, check out my review. I think it's like 8 or 12 minutes. Mel says Albert Phillips knows how to hack in a computer. Exactly, but yeah, she's snipped the ass and Adam. You see what I'm talking about with the dumbness is? Jervo says so Nicholas Chavez, who plays Spencer, that he can't do the movie until the strike. Oh yeah, yeah, everything is pretty much messed up. Everything is messed up. It's damn near hell in the handbasket at this point. Um, Johnson says Stefano DeMera had multiple children with multiple women. Yes, exactly. Let's talk about these womanizers. Let's talk about these womanizers. Darby says Rich only messed with two women faithfully. He is reliable like that. Like Sonny, who hits on anything. Okay, so bring Sonny to the table then. I don't know. I always find it very, very interesting that people find it so easy to sit there and slut shame women. Like there's no tomorrow. Oh, you've been with a certain amount of people. You're a blank, and you're this, and you're that. And it's like I don't know. It's very hard to sit there and describe. But something about that just like I'm not saying that they're trying to censor anyone. It's just something I always find somewhat laughable. It's like when people just feel too comfortable. You know. Someone says, well, but only watched two soaps, so I'm a little clueless when it comes to male characters sleeping around. I've criticized the Nick character on why not for many women before though. I don't know. Part of me just kind of sits there and looks at it as like, out of all things you can sit there and criticize a character for, it's like how many partners that they've been with. Like, really? You know? Like Nina's a dingbat, right? I wouldn't go in on how many people that she slept with, even if she slept with a bunch of people, because in all reality, it seems like such a weak move, to be honest. Autumn says, I read a spoiler that Sunny and Anna could become a couple because Sunny and Nina are going to be over. That's actually very true. It's going to be a wrap. Harry says, wasn't Rich with Bridget at one point. That's gross. Autumn said, yeah, Rich was with Caroline. She was his brother, Rick's wife, when they got together. Yes, I do, Mel, because I am old enough to remember that. Or as Jess always sits there and says, I'm a boomer. Becky says, LOL, yes, they could bring in another Stefano many mystery children nobody ever heard of before. LaShanta says, Rich, Ben, Caroline Brooke, Taylor, Ashley Abbott, Kate. He was a play before that. Hmm. Darby says, are they gonna ship Sunny in? That's actually a really good question. I doubt that. I doubt that. Spikequake says, I'll be lesson. Spikequake, I just pointed out how Jess, always keeps it real, you know. There's some days I just, sometimes I don't remember, like, all right, yeah, I'm turning like 40 soon. Jess is like, you're a boomer. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Thank you. And she always reminds me in case I forget. So I appreciate that. Harry says, Audrey's sleeping her way to the top. She ain't ashamed of it. So why you so outraged? She sleep with. No, here's the thing. It's not about me being outraged. It's not about me being outraged. It's just more like I just find it just to be pretty interesting. It's like out of all the things we could sit there and criticize somebody for, it's like we pick how many partners that they've been with. Where there's so many other things that I feel like we could sit there and use as far as just being creative. But it's like the first thing that people tend to do is like, oh, you're this or you're that. And it's like, and to be fair, and here's the thing, to be fair, Kyrie's, I was on a live. Well, I was watching somebody's live. And this chick was sitting there um practically saying the same things that other people have said, or just like slut shaming people. So part of me was like, I sit there and I think sometimes just how much of a weak thing that is. But then I see other women do it the same thing. Like they do it to other women. So it's like someone says, well, I don't know about other people, but when I criticize some characters for sleeping around half the time, it's just a joke. It's not like I give the middle. Oh no. I get it. I get it, Solomon. I get it. I'm not trying to come down on your heart. I'm just trying to make well, I was just trying to make a point. Oh, actually you did make a point. Have a good night, Shakira. Barbie says I almost felt ashamed for laughing at that, Kyrie's. Oh god damn it. Barbie says they've been together a lot. Drinks happen and things happen. Jarvo says so need that Nina secret to be out of. Oh yeah, no, we've been waiting for that for a hot minute, so I'm with that. Harry says Audra was sleeping. Carrie says Audra will sleep with the president of the United States. She'll sleep with any rich man. But you have a good night. You have a good night, Shakira. Hmm. Well, if I'm not too drunk, I may actually want to join a video on TikTok about that because I find it to be very interesting. No, it was good to see you, Shakira. Alexis actually said something that was really interesting, right? As far as Gregory and his ALS. She was like, Finn is a doctor and Chase is a detective. So, is there a particular reason why they haven't figured out his ALS yet? Between both of them, I found that very funny um, today in this episode. Besides the fact that, whoa, besides the fact that, besides the fact that, Gregory has been nothing more than a disappointment. Johnson says, let's share some theories. What do you think will happen with Sloan when the truth comes out that she tampered with the results of the paternity of Nicole? Eric is going to be pissed. A lot of people are going to be pissed off at her. Let's just be very clear. I would like to sit there and think as even if EJ is pissed off, the fact that she's pregnant, maybe he won't go like 100% on her. I'll sit there and say that much so far. And people have been just saying, well, Sloan is the people that had pissed me off that disappointed me is Sloan and Gwen. Like Gwen's scene yesterday with Dimitri was like almost vomit inducing. It was that bad. Carrie says Audrey's probably good in bed too if they made Audrey's bedroom a museum one day that would building would be larger. I don't even know what to say to that one. I mean, I have a couple of theories, but mm-mm, mm-mm, mm. And okay. This is something that I think James said. Lashanta said Gregory might was diagnosis. I don't believe Sloan pregnant. Now, Lashanta, do you mean that Gregory might have been misdiagnosed? I don't believe Sloan's pregnant. She lied because I I said the same thing up until a point, right? I think that Sloan is pregnant. I think that Sloan is pregnant. For some odd reason, she decides to be pregnant with a bum. But I think that she's pregnant. And James said the same thing, or something to that effect. Mel says Audrey and Kyle are not going to last because she is going to toss him aside when she gets tired of him. Hmm. I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't. Um, See, because I'm not in the guys, I don't know how to rate Kyle. But if Tucker's not there calling him a little boy practically, I'm like, hmm, I guess we could sit there and call him an F boy. Darby says sometimes you don't pay attention to the little things of our family. Chase and Finn are no different. Clueless to the end. I get that. Family can be a blind spot. I get that to an extent. Johnson says Roman and Marlena will have more of a reason to dislike Desperate Peterson. I feel like I need to sit there and get a drink before I read comment. Clarice's comment. Clarice says, I bet you if Audrey gave lessons, every male student in America would triple theirs. Wow. You know what? I'm gonna keep my comment to myself. I'm gonna keep my comment to myself. I'm just gonna, my guy, Kyrie. So I'm just gonna keep it to myself. Jimmy says Kyrie really served no purpose to Audrey, just a plaything until she gets bored. Tucker is correct. Kyle's no, and I agree with that. I do. I agree with that. Laura B says no. Hmm. I think the sad thing is I already said in the beginning, so there's no point of beating a dead horse, as they say. Carrie said if I was flying, I wouldn't care if Marlene and Ron like me or not. Remember, they helped raise Sammy along with John, so what? You know what? I give you that much. I give you that much. Lashanta says, Kyle, don't forget Brooke. Yeah, don't forget. I'm not going to encourage that behavior. Never mind. Summer says, listen, I just, listen, Kyrie is my guy, right? So I'm not even going to sit there and try to use Kyrie as an example. I just sit there and I look at it sometimes and just like, it's amazing just how comfortable people are when it comes to us that stuff. But I have to always sit there and try to remember, always have to sit there and try to remember that everyone has a certain rhythm. Everyone has a certain rhythm in this world. And we don't always sit there and go about things the same way. I've learned that from being on the internet mostly, but I don't know. I just have a good night, Laura B. Thank you for joining. Kara says how I'm slowly starting to come around to Audrey myself. I didn't forget about Brooke near to any other man. Kara says, don't worry, no one has spared the rod. I get on Reg too. Have a good night, Laura B. Kara says, don't worry, I don't spare the rod. I get on Reg too. Oh no, no. Listen, like I said, I find it very interesting. You know, I just like I can. Here's the thing. Like even with Brooke, I can call Brooke a lot of things, right? I can call her a dingbat. I can call her a Karen. I could call her pathetic, right? I've never personally been better. I've personally never been comfortable with. Screw it. I feel like this video is going to get demonetized anyway. I've never been comfortable with slut shaming, right? Calling the woman out for how many partners they've been with. I don't understand how, and I don't think I ever understand it because it's just not my mindset. That people are just so. But I've seen women that would actually do the same thing, and I'm just like, I'm baffled. Genesis says next area, how Do you think Vivian will return? Well, Jonathan, you actually think that? Okay, what makes you think that Vivian is going to return? This is my question. I'm very curious about that part. Before we get into how Vivian is going to return, how do you know that she's going to return? Darby says many people here want to see Finn destroy Liam. How many people want to see Finn destroy Liam? Darby, I feel like that's kind of a good question because Finn had one job to do when he went to the beach: watch Kelly. And what did Finn do? He turned his back on watching Kelly, and she almost drowned. Why are we doing this whole Finn versus Liam? Like we're really rooting for Finn at this point, when he practically turned his back on a goddamn child. I I just does somebody want to help me out who doesn't like Liam? Explain that to me. I really want to understand. I do. I wanna understand. It's like we're rooting for Finn to beat Liam's ass, but Finn's the one that almost got a child that almost allowed a child to be drowned. Where are our priorities at this point? Justice has already been confirmed that she's returning. By who and what? I want to be on the same page because I've heard you say that, I've heard other people say that, but I want to be on the same page. Like um, as far as that's concerned, research fan made the stupid mistake most parents do almost every day. Darby, I find you incredibly understanding, and in some ways, I wish that more people actually had patience like you. Now, with that being said, this isn't a oopsie daisy sort of moment. I we're not going to just sit there and pass this off as well, every parent does it every day, so it's okay, right? This child could have died, right? I get that you are more forgiving than me, and I give you props for that, but I'm not going to sit there and forget somebody. I'm not going to sit there and forgive somebody who just practically was irresponsible and almost let a child die and just be like, well, all parents do it every day. Like, no. The parents that do stuff like that are shitty parents. We're not going to sit there and give shitty parents a pass. That's what we're not going to do. Let's just be very very clear about that. Kerry says, "Don't worry. When I spill the tea during the live stream, I'm not sparing myself either." Oh, this is gonna be a spicy one. It's gonna be a spicy one. I'm with it. Why the? Are you kidding me? I'm with it. Uh, Becky, you said it didn't seem logical to me that a doctor would turn his back on a stepchild at the B. Steffi isn't going to get over that and will probably use that to get close to Liam. And Becky D, I love that comment, stepchild. Because let me ask you a question, Becky D. And I'm not saying that Finn is a really terrible, god awful person. But you think if that was Hayes, he would have done the same thing? If Hayes was actually that age, do you think that he would have did the same thing? Because the way he told that story, the way he told that story backwards. You don't tell a story like that backwards unless you knew that you effed up. Would you have done that if it was Hayes? WC has been made a mistake, but Kelly, but Liam is. So let me ask you a question, Darby. Do you think a mistake with Kelly is worse than? Do you think a mistake with? Do you think the offense that Liam is doing is worse than mistake that Finn did with Kelly? Because I'm very curious about that. LaShanta said, I'm not because Finn was neglectful. It wasn't the first time Sheila, Cameron, and Stephanie Hayes. If this would move is okay, maybe when I get 40, maybe it'll finally move his ass. Um, Finn, Finn won't say he did. Hmm, like there's room for comment on that. Kerry says, I hope Sunday is the day that DC is available to stream. If not, then the next week or the next week. It must be. Oh yeah, no. I agree with that. I 100% agree with that, Kyrie's. Because here's the thing. There's certain things that we'll sit there and talk about the members that we don't share with the general public. So I agree with that as well. Jamil says that's the problem people are going to have with Finn, that Kelly is his stepchild, so it looks even worse. Yeah, I mean, I do sit there and look at that as far as optics. Okay, let me take a drink while this is loading up into Darby's comment. Ben could have damn near killed Kelly. What was he thinking? He was thinking that it wasn't Hayes. Darby says no parent is perfect, and emergency rooms are filled with families who have accidents. Just says like Flame says how old is Hayes? If Flame it's not the thing is if we're not just saying if Hayes was Kelly's age, would he have paid more attention? Johnson says there's nothing that confirms Ava is returning to days. Hmm. Good, Jonathan, you're onto something. No, I was just curious because I want to understand that. That's all. I don't even know what to say to that. I'm I'm almost speechless. I'm almost speechless. Becky says I was always even more careful whenever I was watching someone else's child. W says no, that's not what I'm saying, Albert. I'm saying Finn made a mistake that he will regret and never forgive and forget what he made. No, I get that. I'm just not saying like Darby. You know what it really comes down to, though. It comes down to who's worse in the situation, right? Because people are sitting there saying that Finn needs to sit there and whoop Liam's ass. But I'm like, well, who is worse in the situation? Finn, who, practically had, Stephanie's child drown, or Liam, who is openly going after someone's wife. Because I'm going to sit there and say that that's much more worse. Oh, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a fun night. Lashanta says Finn turned his back on Hayes too. Yeah, but it wasn't the same though, Lashanta. That's the problem. That was in his home. That was in his house. That's the difference, Lashanta. That was in his house. Yeah, he turned his back. The baby wasn't going anywhere. He went outside to make a phone call. There's a difference. We can't like. Harris says I thought we were settling that earlier. I guess the liquor made you forget, but I told you Finn did leave Hayes. No, I remember that. I remember that. But again, and yes, that's true. The liquor did hit me, but somebody also said the same thing, and I'm sitting there thinking, but that was in his house, though. And that's the same thing with Lashanta. That was in his house. That wasn't on a beach where he actively walked away and was like, "Hey, listen, I need you to sit there and not, you know." Whoever says it's not Hayes, it's Kelly. It's a child, and he's a doctor. He feels sorry about it. Oh, I'm not saying he doesn't feel sorry. I'm not saying he doesn't feel sorry for it. And I'm not saying he's not going to feel sorry moving forward. Curry says, I'm saying Fran is very wrong. He would have done the same thing with Hayes too. You're making it because that's not about no, that's no. I just it's very true. No, I pretty much just kind of asked the question now. Yeah, I'm not just saying. Okay, maybe I didn't make that clear, or maybe I'm drunk. So it could have been one of the both. I didn't make that. I think I was trying to pose the question of if it was Hayes, would he have done the same thing? As opposed to me not trying to make it like it's a fact that he wouldn't have done the same thing. So I'll sit there and say like the cooking incident. We'll just sit there and say that the alcohol made me a little hazy. Becky D says, "Oh no, I don't think Finn should fight Liam. Liam is wrong for going after Steffi, and Finn is just careless with kids. He left the door open, and Sheila had snuck in. Now he was on a call again. But that's the thing, though. He was inside, and it's still freezing. Cody says he made a lot of judgments, but he didn't do that out of malice. He's doing that because he's a bonehead. That's why. No, and that's exactly. And you know what? Here's the thing, Kyrie. I should have made it more clear as far as it being a question and not so much as a statement. So that's on me. W says fan made a mistake. He almost made a mistake. Liam is actually using. Um, you know what? We're gonna get back into that tomorrow. We gonna get back into that tomorrow because yeah, we gonna sit there and call this a part two on that one, Darby. Because I get your logic, I get where you're coming from. You're another one of my guys. We gonna get into that tomorrow now. Becky said, and this time he was on the call and turned his back on Kelly. Yeah, we're not gonna we gonna get into that tomorrow. Debbie says he is Albert, and we will. I look forward to it. Towards it. Harry says someone had to be Nikisha of the night. Well, of course, Kyrie, you know, I would only sit there and take that advice from you. So, Lashanta Sabra, Sheila looked around like she was going to take him. Or take her. By the way, she looked crazy as hell. But yes. So, on that note, I think I'm going to sit there and end the live stream. Ariana says your face is out. Yeah, we going to get into that. Yes, Ariana, it did. But we're gonna get into that more tomorrow now. Darby says I didn't want to get sent to this. Oh no, Darby, you know you're my guy. You're my guy. You're never gonna get you're never gonna get brought to the second place. I wanna have more of a debate about this, but tomorrow now. Have a good night, Valerie. Have a good night, Solomon. Have a good night, Lashanta. No, we got Dark. We get Darby. Have a good night, Flame. Have a good night, Janet. Medora says, I'm so sick of Liam. How dare he use Steffi as a backup plan? Hmm. Medora, you might want to sit there and tune in for tomorrow's live stream because we're gonna get back into that. We're gonna get back into that. I got some thoughts. Have a good night, Janet. Thank you for joining. Have a good night, Flame On. Have a good night, Jesse Jess. Have a good night, Melly Mel. Have a good night, Valerie. Have a good night, Darby. Have a good night, Becky D. Sorry. Have a good night, the goddess known as Jess. Have a good night, Blackmon. Have a good night, Solomon. Lashanta. Carice. I feel like I'm repeating names now. All right. Well, you know who you are. Medora, stay safe. Stay safe, everyone. Have a good night, Jonathan. Johnson said, join us next time for another. Yes, I love that that exit. Join us next time for another edition of So Chat with Abby Bostic. Yes. Curry says, good night, Jess. Good night, LaShanta. Good night, Mel. Good night, Janet. Good night, Solomon. Good night, Flame One. Good night, Valerie. Good night, everyone else. Good night, Albert. Yes, it seems like another one of those times. Really does. Debbie says, I just want to see Spencer's brother get the butt kick for. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Jess. Have a good night, Ariana. Have a good night, Mel. Have a good night, Darby. You know who you are. If I didn't say good night to you, still love you. Stay safe. And yeah, I will see you in the next live stream. Laters.